Monsieur Poirot, arrive there.
1 minute, if you please.
Monsieur Poirot, please.
1 minute, if you please. You must come. I said 1 minute.
You must come now.
Please.
I thought we would need a doctor as well.
I brought him his pick-me-up, sir, at the usual time, but when he failed to respond, I became concerned.
Has anything been touched?
No.
Michel, has anything been touched?
No, monsieur.
Doctor.
Well, we are in Yugoslavia. This is not a good place to have a problem. This is the backside of Europe. This is the Wild West. And have a carriage full of civilized, intelligent, beautiful people who spend money and who will not want to be delayed here by a brutal police. And they will delay them. Forever.
He has been stabbed, maybe 15 times, in a frenzy.
This is a disaster.
How long has he been dead?
Maybe 7 or 8 hours, so 12, 1 o'clock. If the door was bolted, then that is how the killer must have left.
Paul, on behalf of the Wagoni Company, please sort this out for me.
It should be left to the authorities.
No. The police here, they will not be in your class. When we get to Broad, let the world-famous detective, the genius, tell the police what happened. And there will be minimum delay, because no one is going to want to travel on my train when they hear they'll get murdered in their bed. It's my business.
All the passengers present this morning.
Merci. But we change, and this place is special.
Here are the passengers' passports to request, monsieur.
Merci, Michel. Oh, Michel, if you please to remain and talk to me about last night.
Hey, don't worry, sit down. Poirot, Michel is not involved. Since his wife died, he is married to the company. He is our hardest worker.
Michel, your wife, how did she die?
Out of grief. My daughter died and my wife followed.
When was this, Michel?
Well, it wasn't last night, was it? Leave the poor man alone. It was a few years ago. Tell us of last night, Michel. Well, we stopped at in Kovci a little late. 11:45.
Did you get off the train?
Yes, for a chat, but it was so cold. I didn't stay.
Did anyone else get off the train from the Calais coach?
Yes. Mr. McQueen and Colonel Adworth not. But again, they do not hang around. And afterwards they were talking politics in the colonel's compartment until 2 in the morning. And then Mr. Ratchet cried out at about 12:30.
Ce n'est rien. Je me suis trompé.
I really thought he was just having a nightmare. And then 2:15, Mrs. Hubbard.
He was hovering over me like the angel of death.
You remember, monsieur?
Yes, of course. Michel, did you see later a woman in a red kimono?
Oh, yes. At maybe 2:30. I didn't see who she was because she was walking away from me.
And from which compartment had she come?
I didn't see.
But she did not perhaps return from, the toilet?
No.
Merci.
Merci, Michel.
I think that there are two solutions to this murder. assassin gets on the train that Vinkovci offered Brod with the money Cassidy killed. But one or two of you notice a different conductor in the corridor, notified the police. But the assassin would have gone. Vanished. But because of the delay, there had to be an improvisation. And so a second solution proposes itself. To me. Elena Wasserstein. With a careless smudge on Elena.
Oui. C'est bien mon nom.
Enough, huh? Because maybe Poirot should not be looking at your first name, but your second. Countess Wasserstein.
Orteston.
The family name to Sonia Armstrong and her younger sister, Helena.
My wife does not understand English. We just...
Let's stop this right now.
Yes, let us stop this.
You had the handkerchief with an H. That would have pointed to me, and you would have found my connection to Daisy.
Your niece.
My sweet niece.
This girl hasn't done anything wrong.
You know nothing, monsieur. You don't touch her.
Shall I tell you what I know? Huh? Mademoiselle Debenham, shall I? I know, because Fraulein Schmidt told me. The Christian name of Princess Dragomirov is...
She's Natalia.
And this is not so, Princess, that in the Russian alphabet the capital letter N is written like the Western letter H. So I know that there is more than just one connection with Daisy Armstrong on this train. The godmother, the aunt, and the son to the prosecutor, who Poirot remembers from the papers ended his career in shame because he rigged the trial.
Cassetti's connections threatened to kill me. His son. If he didn't do what they asked, what was he supposed to do?
He was supposed to have ensured that justice was done in an open court, monsieur.
This girl did not murder that man.
Not in a frenzy, no. This was a cold crime, was it not, Mademoiselle Debenham? One long in the planning. But it was you, Monsieur Bouc, who first suggested to Poirot that only in America could such a society as this all be found together. But maybe also in the house of a rich man in Long Island. Because here we have the cook. And that is Fraulein Schmidt, is it not so, Michel? And next to her is your daughter, the French housemaid, Mademoiselle Françoise, who fell under the suspicion of the police for her complicity in the death of Daisy Armstrong, but who actually was innocent, and committed suicide. Signor Foscarelli, what were you? The chauffeur.
The chauffeur.
And also the lover to Mademoiselle Françoise.
All she did was talk to a stranger in a shop. She let slip some details about the house. One time, the nursemaid took off. She didn't know she was talking to a man like Cassetti.
Yes, and all this in 1933, 5 years ago. How long have you been with Jesus, Mademoiselle Olsen?
5 years I have been with him.
So Poirot, he suspects that you were that nursemaid.
Some crimes God does not forgive.
And you, Mademoiselle Debenham, the professional governess, and with paralysis down one side of your body, how, I wonder, could you possibly have sustained such an injury? first I thought that you was your masterman. You were the butler to the Armstrong household, but no. Then I observed how familiar the Colonel Arbuthnot was with you. And now I believed you served together in the army, alongside the Colonel Armstrong.
Said he was his batman throughout the war.
He was the best of gentlemen.
He was my closest friend.
And then Linda Arden, so famous. But there was a danger of you being recognized if you were to board the train as yourself.